The following podcast is a part of RadioMisfits.com.
Welcome in to Kelly's Practical Pics, Week 6 of the NFL season. I'm Pugs and she is Kelly. Kelly and I get together every week and we look at the schedule of NFL games. And Kelly, who has been doing this for quite some time, if we're being honest, it's not like she just started doing this. She's been doing this for decades.
Yep.
She has a very unique style of picking NFL games. Kelly, explain to people how you pick your games.
We battle the actual mascots.
Right.
11 mascots battling the other 11 mascots, and it matters where it takes place because, you know, the whole environment is factored in.
So let me see if I got this straight. So, case in point, the first game of Week 6 in this NFL season is Thursday night. It's the Broncos taking on the Chiefs. This would be a Bronco, a wild, crazy horse, versus an Indian chief. And then you would just kind of consider who would win if a Bronco and an Indian chief had to square off for Battle Royale. All right, that's how we do it. She's been doing it for years, and she's done it and picked successfully against some of the biggest, the brightest names the football world has to offer. Professional coaches, Super Bowl winning coaches, longtime media members, and players themselves. She's Kelly Moore. She didn't do so great last week.
I knew since you hadn't mentioned anything, I'm like, uh-oh.
Being honest. Look, she was riding high 2 weeks ago. She almost ran the table. I think she only lost 3 games. But last week, Kelly, not that bad. You went 7-7, a 500 week.
7-7. Why isn't it 9?
Because there's 2 games. There's 14 games. There's 14 games this week too. 14 games because teams are starting to take bye weeks now. So not every team is playing. So
all right, well that makes sense then.
All right, she was 7-7 last week. That brings her season total. You have any guess on what your season total is?
No, that's math.
What would you say? Not good. You're 42-36 on the season. You're still winning. You have not lost one. Actually, I think the opening week you lost. I think you were under 500 in week 1. But
I thought I went 7-9 the first 2 weeks.
Well, let me see. Because although I am not organized with any aspect of my life, for some reason I am wildly organized with this stupid segment. All right, so week 3 you went 9-7.
Mm-hmm.
Week 2, let's see here. Kelly, in week 2 of the NFL season, you went 7-9 in week 2. Okay.
Sounds right.
And then was it the first week? What did you do in the first week? The first week you went 7-9. So you were 7-9 and 7-9 in the first 2 weeks for a total of 14-18. Then you added like a 13 spot where you had a killer week. Then you had a 9-7 week, and now this week you have a 500 week.
7.
That's not bad. 500 isn't bad. You broke even. All right, what do you say we get started here? Let's get into this new week of NFL football. Tomorrow night, we start with the Thursday night game. The first game of the week, Thursday night football, is going to be pitting the Denver Broncos, the Denver football Broncos, taking on the aforementioned Kansas City Super Bowl champion Chiefs.
Ooh, it's sometimes a blessing and a curse. The Super Bowl tag. Well, do you know who the baddest Native American chief is?
Oh, you're doing fun facts.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So, fun fact concerning Chiefs. Who is the well, that's a subjective question, Kelly. Who
does the internet think?
Who does the internet think?
That's how I get my info. What am I, just like taking a poll? My neighbors don't talk to me.
Who does the internet think what? Finish the question.
Is the baddest, and that's the actual word they used, Native American chief.
Sitting Bull.
Close.
Geronimo.
There you go. Jumping out of a plane. Geronimo. That's right.
Geronimo wasn't even a chief. What the hell?
I,
It's a stupid people poll. He's not an Indian. Geronimo wasn't an Indian chief. Oh, there's no respect for Native American culture. People just think famous Indian must have been a chief.
Are you trying to tell me that the internet lies to me?
I'm trying to tell you, the internet's filled with stupid people.
No, because I'm on it.
All right. The Broncos taking on the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay. Now, horses are not prey animals. They like to avoid humans. So I don't know that the Bronco would actually charge at a human.
Oh, I think a Broncos, I think that's the thing about a Bronco. They're crazy. You don't know what they're going to do. They cannot be tamed.
Yeah, well, but they avoid people. They don't like to prey on people.
Well, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I do. Actually, they avoid me. So so I'm gonna have to go with Geronimo being the baddest Indian chief. Man, he apparently killed a lot of people.
He wasn't a chief. Geronimo was a tribal warlord and medicine man. He wasn't a chief. There's no respect for Native American culture, their hierarchy, their pecking order.
On so what is that? Indigenous Peoples Week? Isn't that what we're on?
Think so.
It was that day because of Columbus Day, and now it's just not Columbus Day.
I liked it better when it was Columbus got lost week. Now,
Yeah.
now it's Native Americans week. Whatever.
That's right. I still have to pick a chief. I don't know.
All right, go with the Chiefs.
That's tough, and I'm superstitious.
Kelly takes the Chiefs over the Broncos on Thursday night. Okay, so she went with. Hold on, Chiefs. All right, I can see. I take copious notes.
Yeah, you know what? I always forget who I end up going back with because I battle in my head.
Oh, I got it. All right, now this next game, Sunday. This is a Sunday game. This is not one of them screwed up Sunday morning, 8:30 a.m. U.S. America time.
Are they playing in America?
No, they're over there in London again. Playing in London.
We're not going to win them over. I mean,
well, I don't know. This is like the third week in a row they've done a game from London. They seem in last week's game was great in the stands. I mean, it looks like something's building. Looks like they're kind of into it.
Isn't that a long commute?
Well, yeah. But we're getting the Concorde back. So I think that's what the NFL is banking on. Supersonic travel coming back. Okay, so here, fun fact. It is the Ravens taking on the Titans in London, 8:30 in the morning. Kelly, they are playing in a stadium called Tottenham Hotspur.
Oh, that's long.
Isn't that fun? That's a fun name for a stadium. Tottenham Hotspur.
Tottenham Hotspur. Who's this? I don't have this written down.
What do you mean?
How is that possible?
How is what possible?
Ugh. It is the Titans.
You don't even have this game. This is how little prep you do. Well, I like that because that's part and parcel to the entire bit that you don't really have any prep. You're just talking about mascots. But you don't have this game listed Sunday, October 15th.
When I go off the stupid NFL site, and then I also mixed up some teams, and I'm like, why are the Bears playing the Vikings twice?
Kelly, you got a computer open in front of you.
Yeah.
Here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to Google and just put in NFL schedule. And then Google's just going to give you the official, and that's what I use. The first thing that's going to pop up is going to be the schedule. And it's going to say, show more, say yes, please. And then they'll show you the whole week of games.
Did you do NFL.com?
No, Google. It's just Google.
I Googled NFL and it went to NFL.com.
All right, fine. Use that one. That's fine. Whatever. It's not like they're different. It's not going to be different. Someone could be wrong, but this is a schedule that's been set since March. Okay, so
right.
Titans, Ravens at Titans. Although let's not kid ourselves, nobody's home.
That's right.
In London. So
it's a long way for a bird to travel without an airplane. But then again, I don't know why I think the Titans can get on a plane either because they're really big, and I don't know what plane they would fit on.
Hold on. You don't think they got ravens in Europe? Yeah, there's ravens over there.
We're playing an out-of-country team?
No, the Ravens they're both road teams. But so let's just consider them both home teams since they're both whatever. They got ravens. I don't know. I don't think they need to fly all that far.
All right. Ravens, tough birds. I picked them last week. I'm not sure how I went with that. Because I thought that they could psych out the team that they were playing by just nevermore.
Mm-hmm.
That would drive me crazy.
brain scramblies. They get inside your head. They make you do things you wouldn't otherwise do, like fumble.
Yeah.
Throw it to the wrong guy. That's the kind of stuff the Raven gets in your head and makes you do.
I'm not sure how great Titans are at catching, but they probably have a good running game.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen any footage of a Titan actually playing football.
No, you have.
I don't know.
Google it.
Titan playing football.
But I still, man, Titans, they are tough. Hence the name. Titans. Okay. Titan of industry. They don't say that because he sweeps floors. They say it because he's a Titan of industry.
Yes, that's true.
So I'm going to go with the Titans.
She's going with the Titans. Kelly's taking the Titans over the Ravens right there in London. All right, let's go with the next game. Next game is going to be Ravens, Titans, Panthers at Fins. The Carolina Panthers taking on the Miami Dolphins in Miami. It's cat versus fish, but the cat's been thrown in water, and the cat don't like water.
No, they don't. No, they really don't. And they rarely kill humans as well, apparently.
It's going to drown. It's going to drown. The cat's going to drown.
Yeah. Isn't it no cats like water? Isn't that kind of the thing?
Cats don't like water. Catfish. But that ain't a cat.
No, it's not a cat. I don't think they're even remotely related.
I don't think so.
They got to look into that. However, dolphins, while they don't attack humans, rarely, they don't like swimming next to humans. They find it stressful.
Hey, did you see that viral video from this week of the lady down there in Mexico? Now, I swam with dolphins. It was a life-changing experience, but it's a woman who was swimming with dolphins, and she was on the pier, and the dolphin jumped out of the water and landed on top of her, like missionary position, and just started humping her. Oh.
Okay. I almost put that in as a fact because I do know that dolphins are horny creatures.
Yeah.
So, I'll go with the horny creature then.
There you go.
Has more. I mean, if you're willing to jump onto the deck to attack a human, how do you even know where it's supposed to go?
The Dolphins are the home teams. You're dropping a panther in the ocean. Come on.
Yeah,
It's very few opponents of the Miami Dolphins will have an advantage when the Dolphins are at home. Maybe the Vikings, the Buccaneers, ship-faring people.
Right.
Birds that can fly above, maybe, but not a panther.
Not a panther.
Not a panther. That's just
I didn't know that they're not. How did they get here?
Who?
The Panthers. Because apparently they weren't here when Native Americans were here. They came later, but like what? On a ship by themselves? Who brought the panther over?
I don't know. Let's go. Yeah.
Some time today.
I don't know. Aren't mountain lions indigenous over here?
Well, I don't know. I didn't search mountain lion.
Well, I think that's a panther. That's just there's only like 3 kinds of cats, and we just give them like 50 different names based on what corner of the world they're from. Like a leopard and a cheetah are the same.
They are?
I don't know. Moving on.
Okay.
Saints at Texans, Kelly. Saints at Texans.
Okay. Now, I was wrong about the Saints. Saints do kill people. There are Catholic saints who went to war.
Oh yeah, bad guys.
Yeah,
like crusade time dudes.
Yeah,
Saints aren't good. Well, I mean,
I'm afraid of them.
Yeah, but the old timey saints are scary. Like not the new ones. The new ones are all like Mother Teresa and Elizabeth Seton. Those aren't scary saints. But like Michael the Avenger, there's some scary saints out there.
Michael the Avenger.
I don't know if that's real,
but they're battling Texans. Now, did you know that Houston leads Chicago, New York, and LA in murder?
I did know that, as a matter of fact. Do you know what the most dangerous city in America is right now? As St. Louis, yeah, for 3rd year in a row. Good for them.
It's so random. What are they fighting for?
Yeah, it's very skanky down there.
So I'm going to go with the Saints.
I say that as a Chicagoan. I'm allowed to shit on St. Louis. It's not like, cancel me for it. I'm allowed.
You're brought up doing that.
Yeah.
It's in our DNA.
All right. What did you say? What? Saints at Texans.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we'll go with the Saints. All right. I like that pick. All right. Kelly takes the Saints over the Texans. Because, again, the Texans, look, I don't know. Are we myth building? What are we making this Texan? Texas is just a dude. It's a dude who lives in Texas.
It's a dude with a gun. I don't know. But apparently the Saints also had weapons because how were they able to kill people?
Right. Saints. Yeah. I've always pushed back on I think Saints are pretty much unbeatable. They're friends with God, which seems
Yeah.
like to be a real advantage.
Yeah, that would be. Yeah.
All right, next game. Saints at Texans. We did that one. How about this one? How about the Commanders taking on the Falcons? The Commanders. No, wait a second.
Yeah, no, that's what I have.
DCFL. Yeah, that's what I have. Okay, Commanders taking on the Falcons. Kelly, how do you see this?
All right. So I had to look in to see if Falcons actually killed people because it seemed like I was operating that they didn't. Now, apparently, they don't go after people, but they can fly up to 150 miles per hour. And if they banged into a human, they could kill him. So I didn't know that. Why they would want to bang into him, I have no idea.
I'm a weirdo, so I'm like really into predator birds. We've talked about my fascination with eagles and whatnot. Falcons are the baddest ass of the predator birds. They're bad. They're better than hawks. They're better than eagles.
Yeah. So that's why I think that they can take the Commanders.
Oh,
Commanders are just regular people. Sometimes they don't even have guns.
and falcons are really fast.
Yeah, 150 miles per hour.
Fastest bird in the world is a peregrine falcon. It can. That's probably the one that does 150 miles an hour. It just dives straight down.
Yeah. And as somebody who had written online, of course, something traveling at 150 miles an hour can kill a human. If you threw a rock 150 miles per hour, it would kill a human.
If you threw a Triscuit 150 miles an hour, a human, that's a high. Well, I don't know if it kill it, but it would hurt. Certainly.
I don't want to be the test dummy on that one.
Might cut you.
So I'm going to go with the Falcons.
All right, the
150 miles per hour. Good job.
Next game, the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Okay, Jaguars don't eat humans, but it can carry a large animal while swimming.
It may not kill a human, but it'll kill a baby horse.
Yes.
It seems like you don't even need to think about this. This is a baby horse dropped into a jaguar's, tree? Where do they live? I mean,
I was just reading facts about how they carry animals while swimming, and I thought, well, I don't know that they live in rivers, so where are they swimming? But whatever. If they can carry it in water, I'm sure they can carry it on land. Because that seems like a big thing.
I don't even know what a jaguar is, if I'm being honest.
I don't know either. I confuse them with panthers. If you weren't in the Jungle Book, I don't know.
It's another one of these. Remember, there's only three cats. There's house cat. There's house cat, lion. No, okay, there's four. There's house cat, there's lion, there's tiger, and then there's all the rest. And all the rest are cheetahs and panthers and lemurs and ligers and
the extras.
The extras. The non-essential workers of the cat kingdom.
We gotta go with the Jaguars on that. They can carry a colt.
Right?
Yeah. That's crazy.
It's a baby horse. Again, the Colts, terrible name for a team because you are giving us too many details about your abilities. You're telling us you're a baby and you can't do anything.
That's right.
The Colts.
So you gotta go with the Jaguar.
Got to go with the Jaguars.
How weird would that be if you saw a Jaguar carrying a baby horse in their mouth?
That'd be awful.
I'd be traumatized.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't want to see that.
Baby horses. I would kill the Jaguar in defense of the baby horse. That's how strongly I feel about baby horses. They're adorable. Yeah. They're not good at football, but they are adorable.
Yeah. So we gotta go with the Jaguars on that. Good for them.
Seahawks at Bengals, Kelly. The Seattle Seahawks taking on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Well,
cat versus bird.
About Seahawks online, there were several different people who say Seahawks aren't even real birds. They don't even really exist.
They're not. They're seagulls. They just wanted a butchier name for a seagull because that's how they got up there in Seattle. They're lousy with winged rats. I hate seagulls. I hate seagulls. And you can't just start calling them Seahawks. That's not a real bird.
No. But so then I was like, okay, but if it went against a tiger, could it have any kind of advantage? Is there any way that it could beat a tiger? But it turns out tigers eat birds
all the time. This is cat versus bird. This is what I say. This is, depending on, where they're at and stuff. But most of the time, you're going to have to go with the cat.
Yes. Yes.
Cartoon science has
Mhm.
shown us over the years that cat versus. Oh no, actually, cartoon science has shown us that bird oftentimes outsmarts cat.
Well, and mouse often outsmarts cat.
But the real world, your grandma's garage taught you that when the cat finds a bird, it kills it.
That's right.
That's real stuff.
Yeah. So we gotta go with the cat. Bengal tiger.
Bengal tiger.
Go
All
tiger.
right. How about this one here? Oh, they're on a roll. The Vikings, Minnesota Vikings, coming in to face the very scary right now Chicago Bears.
Scary in what way?
I'm kidding. I'm just trying to give myself something. No. Well, look. Okay, so we don't do football nuts and bolts here, but the Bears are better than they were 3 weeks ago. I'll just put it that way. They look like they're kind of maybe doing something right. I don't know.
Better to get better than to get worse.
That is the plan.
Well, bears, 48 people have been killed in North America by bears between 2000 and 2017, which is frankly less than I thought.
Right? You would think bears would be a much greater menace than that.
Yeah. I don't know. So, and then I looked up the last Vikings were killed in 1066. That was a long time ago. So I guess I got to go with the Bears because they're still currently killing.
Hey, he's going with the Bears. Look at that.
That's
Home
right.
game. That's right. You can't stop the Justin Fields, DJ Moore train. That thing is insane. Kelly goes with the Bears. All right, the next game, 49ers taking on the Cleveland Browns. No longer the color brown. We've now established that Browns is for Brownie the Elf, who is like we don't know if he's magic or not.
No, I do know that because they're magical. Elves are magical according to Germany, where they come from. They're magical, mystical, and supposed to be very gorgeous.
Germany's got a bunch of takes I disagree with. Just another one.
Yeah. I don't really know that I want to side with them, but it was interesting to learn a little bit about the fact that elves were considered to be magical. So you were not wrong, Pugs.
Yeah.
When you said
the elf, he's got skills. All right, so who do you like here? You like the old man panning for gold up there in them thar hills, or do you like the magical elf?
Magical elf. We could all use a little bit more magic in our lives.
Oh God, I wish you knew football because you would find a way to not make that pick. That would be. All right, she did it. She locked it in, man.
Sorry.
Hey, Kelly's upset special are the Cleveland Browns going on and oh no, they're at home. They're at home. So I mean, it's still a huge upset. 49ers look like the best team in all of football.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, so there you go. She got the Browns. Let's go to the next game. Kelly is taking. I'm sorry. Next game, the New England Patriots taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
So I was reading into Raiders too because I'm not really familiar with their history. I don't think we had a Raiders section of history in a history class growing up. And that's where I got most of my history. They like to kill and pillage.
They're big rapers. Big rapers and pillagers, the Raiders.
Is there some game too that with Raiders in it? Because I forget. I don't know. I was reading something and I'm like, why does it keep telling me about a video game? So I don't know. But apparently
Tomb Raider. That's why I was trying to take you to Tomb Raider.
Oh, okay. Maybe. Well, they sound tough. And I don't know. The Patriots, they probably have all that heavy clothing on. I don't know how quickly they can move. And I imagine them with swords.
Can we go back to the Raiders for a second? Because you're absolutely right. We've never really thought about what that is. I've always in my mind just said, it's another one of these pirate variations.
Yeah.
Buccaneers, Vikings. Vikings aren't necessarily pirates, but the same thing. They show up in a boat and they beat people up and steal your stuff. That's right.
Why did they need different names? Did they go by those names?
Different parts of the world, maybe. Like I'm sure, like we had Caribbean pirates. We called them. They were known as the Buccaneers. That's right. The Buccaneers down there. Then you had like what the hell am I saying? I have no idea about this subject matter. I'm just making shit up. But Raiders, I never really knew what they were, other than I guess they're pirates because they've got a knife in their mouth and a patch over their eye.
That's right. Yeah, their little mascot on the helmet looks a little scary. The Patriots not as scary. I don't know. So I'm gonna have to go with the Raiders.
She's taking the Raiders. Raiders over the Pats.
No idea if they're any good.
Bill Belichick is on the hot seat. Kelly's going to get him fired. All right, let's move on. Next game after the is this the right one? Hold on. Is this the right one?
Isn't it Lions Bucks?
It is. Lions taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Look at this. We're back to Pirates again.
Mm-hmm.
Although Buccaneers were Caribbean pirates. And again, I have to remind you, most of the Caribbean pirates were just dandies from England who were running away from the law. Child support, debts, because they used to have debt prisons. That's who a lot of these people were.
Wasn't that all of Australia?
Yes. Yes, still is.
Okay. Well, lions, they can swim. I looked that up, but they don't like to. They mostly do their swimming to cross from one side of the river to the other. So they're not like, they can't go long distances because they're huge. So they don't have the stamina and the energy. Not energy. It's just hard. It's hard for them. And I think that if a buccaneer could lead the lion off the boat and get it to walk the plank and land in the ocean, then the Buccaneers can win. So I'm going to go with the Buccaneers.
Was this Buccaneer like this ancestor of Siegfried and Roy? He's going to like...
Don't all pirate ships have planks? I don't know.
Here's what I do know. I do know because I've seen pirate shows. Like there's a show called Black Sails that was on a bunch of years ago. It's really good. It's all about the Caribbean Buccaneer pirates. And although I've never seen any of the Johnny Depp Pirates of the Caribbean movies, you know why?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like a real story. That seems like silly, stupid. I want to watch pirate movies about actual pirates and stuff that actually happened.
Yeah, I like the ride in Disney World.
Sure, the ride's great.
It is.
Don't want to waste my time watching it because it seems like it's all made up. Is it? Pirates of the Caribbean's all made up, right? I know there were pirates in the Caribbean, but Jack Sparrow ain't a real guy.
It's not a documentary.
Right? Well, but could there be? But it's my point. Could there be a documentary of a Jack Sparrow? Was that a real? I don't know. Anyway, my point is this. I don't know what my point is. Yes, here's my point. So I know from watching these pirate movies that these guys would steal and take, they'd go to foreign lands and they would grab exotic animals and put them on cages. And there'd be these exotic animals on these pirate ships because they'd go back to England and sell a lion to a dude, sell a dude a gorilla, that they took. That's how rich guys had cool toys back then, pirates. So there have been lions on Buccaneer ships, but it's always been like one lion in like 50 Buccaneers. This is 11 lions versus 11 pirates. This is one pirate or one Buccaneer for every lion. Kelly, I don't know. Hey.
Yeah, because I guess they wouldn't have 11 cages.
Right?
So they have to actually fight. You can't just like cage them up.
No.
Yeah.
It's got to be a fair fight. So they're loose. So the scenario here is that 11 lions are loose on the deck of a pirate ship.
Okay,
that could never be the case. That answers your question right there. All right, that's a problem.
Buccaneers are going to walk the plank in that case. They don't sound like big fighters in that way.
All right, who are you taking?
I'm taking the Lions.
Lions. She goes with the Lions. There you go. All right, next game. Cardinals, Arizona Cardinals. With the shockingly interesting Joshua Dobbs. The Cards and the Rams taking on the Rams in Los Angeles. Kelly, Cardinals, pretty little red bird versus a goat.
Right. And what I did learn about Rams is they're herbivores. So they eat vegetation. They don't eat like animal products, which I guess a bird would be one. So that's kind of rough. So they're not, but in this scenario, they have to go after them because they're fighting. Do they know they're fighting? They're fighting. They know they're fighting.
All right, wait. I'm sure you're on to something really great, but I just had a mind-blowing realization because of something that you just said.
Oh.
We don't eat animals that eat other animals.
Is that true?
The only animals that we eat are animals that eat like grass and stuff. With cows, grass; goats, grass; lambs, grass; chickens, grass. We don't eat wolves. We can if we had to survive. I wonder what that's about. I never realized that before.
I saw this chick on YouTube who was talking about how she's a vegan, but she eats eggs, but she's allowed to because the chickens that lay the eggs eat only organic grass. So somehow that makes it so that the egg then.
Well,
Vegan.
that is some. There's some gymnastics going on there.
I'm like, you're so confident about that. You're going to make a whole video. Really? Okay, good for you.
All right, back to the red bird versus the goat. Cards versus goats.
Goats.
Well, rams. It's a ram. And then what a ram is? Isn't a ram a goat? Just a really like tough goat.
I don't know. Looks tough to me. Those
Looks like
horns would be scary as all get out.
Looks like a goat to me.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Cardinals are not scary at all. So we're going to have to go with the ram.
Gonna go with the Rams. Kelly is taking the Rams over the Cardinals. Let's see. What's this? Is this the last one of the 3 o'clock games? I think this might be. Yes, it is. The last of the 3 o'clock games on Sunday. We'll be taking a view of the Eagles and the Jets. Eagles at the Jets. Eagles at New York City. Oh, a whole lot of green going on here.
Yeah. All right. Here's another little fun fact. Since 1969, 37 people have been sucked into plane engines.
Wait, okay. All right. Now, this has been an obsession of yours since the beginning. This is how you think the Jets can win games. If they just suck their opponents into their jet engines. How many people?
Not impossible.
Not. It's, hey, this is what this game is about. We take the mascots and we try and figure out what way could they kill the other person. And
one person in June of 2023 at San Antonio Airport got sucked into a plane engine. There have been 2 plane engine deaths this year, one in LA and one in San Antonio.
Is that a lot?
I don't know.
I don't know. I
mean, from 1969, there's only been 37. That's 53 years. I don't know.
Jets, and there's a lot of people. You would think that they'd come in closer contact more often.
No, but you know who does get sucked into plane engines all the time? Birds. Birds get sucked into plane engines all the time.
This seems really easy.
Hate to go against the Eagles because
I know because you're gonna lose this one, but you gotta go. Birds get sucked into plane engine. I figured out a way you can take the Eagles.
What?
Man, those planes crash. Planes that suck Eagles into their engines crash. Sully Sullenberg, he was a hero because he didn't crash. But you know how many other planes have where everybody's died? You suck an Eagle into the engine, yeah, that engine's gone. You're not going to be able to survive that engine.
I've been on a flight that was delayed because they took birds into the engines.
Yeah, happens a lot.
Yeah, it does happen a lot. But I don't know about eagles, though. That's a pretty big bird. I don't think they were talking about eagles.
Sully hit geese, big, giant Canadian geese. Canada geese. So those are bigger than eagles. All right. So here's the thing. All right. We just worked through this. Yes. Birds, eagles do get sucked into plane engines. And yes, planes have crashed when they've sucked birds in engines. But I think way more the planes don't crash and everybody doesn't die when birds get sucked in. I think that's fairly normal for birds to get sucked in. Planes crashing is not normal. So
not good. Jeez. It's a fear of mine. Ugh. I don't like flying, but I don't want to drive for 2 days either.
Yeah.
So I'll go with the Eagles.
The Eagles. She's taking the Eagles over the Jets. There you have it. The Eagles over the Jets. Is that? Oh, okay, that's the last. All right, let me make that note. All right, moving on.
Bills and Cowboys.
What's that? We've got 2 games left. We've got a Sunday night and a Monday night game. So here's the Sunday night game. The Sunday night is the New York Football Giants. Going all the way up there to Buffalo, which ain't that far for a Giant. Just a couple of steps, same state and everything. Giants at the Bills, Sunday night football.
So I did look into Buffalo Bill, and it turns out that he received a Medal of Honor because he was an Army scout in the Indian War. So in 1872, he got the Medal of Honor. Now, don't go celebrating because they revoked it in 1917 because probably shouldn't have been killing all the Native Americans.
Oh, is that why they did it? I thought they did it just because it was all a lie because he's an entertainer. His whole bit was to make up phony stories about his exploits. Here's what he did. He was famous in New York and on the East Coast because he would go and do theater shows about his exploits out west. It was all these amazing stories. They're all made up. Theater guy. He ain't Wild Bill Hickok, is my point. Wild Bill Hickok was a legit gunslinging Western guy. Buffalo Bill Cody was like a theater kid who was cosplaying as a cowboy.
Yeah, the number 2 was Hickok in the research. Like, unfortunately, he doesn't have a team named after him, so
He
wah, wah.
should. The
Yeah.
Wild Bills? That would be cool. The Wild Bills. Why not?
Yeah, why not? So we'll go with the Giants. We can't go
Woo, woo.
in the week. Well, it's a week after Columbus Day, and go for somebody who killed a bunch of Native Americans. That's not cool.
All right, here we go. We're going on to Monday Night Football. This is the final game of Week 6 of this year NFL season. It is the Dallas Football Cowboys taking on the San Diego Chargers. Boys at Bolts. Who do you got? Monday Night Football.
I had to look up to see exactly how deadly lightning really is. We still get out of pools, right? When there's lightning?
We do. Do we really need to?
I don't know.
I've never seen lightning strike a pool I've been near, I've never seen that.
I've never heard it on the news, like, oh my God, the lightning struck the local pool and
Never.
20 kids were killed. I've never heard that. As a matter of fact, only 28 people have been killed by lightning since, I could read my writing. Oh, no, it's 28 people per year, which still,
It's 2 a month. that's we go every other week. That's someone every other week gets killed by lightning. That's I guess we'd have to look at like what's the percentage of lightning? Like, is there like a quadrillion lightning bolts and then only 28 people a year die? Because then mathematically that's not too scary.
No, it isn't.
But still.
No, but it still scares me though, because I'm afraid of Mother Nature. Mother Nature has not always been great to me. I hate to say that because hurricane season's not over. But yeah, hurricanes are rough. Oh. Anyway, so I'll go with the Chargers, though I don't really want to.
Ooh, boy, that's gonna
I have a feeling that's not gonna
go
well.
All right, Chargers. Kelly's going with the Chargers on Monday Night Football over the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, let's recap. Here are Kelly's picks for Week 6. She is going with the Chiefs over the Broncos. She's taking the Titans over the Ravens, the Finns over the Panthers, the Saints over the Texans, the Falcons over the Commanders, the Jags over the Colts, the Bengals over the Seahawks, the Bears over the Vikings, the Browns over the 49ers, the Raiders over the Pats, the Lions over the Buccaneers, the Rams over the Cards, the Eagles over the Jets, and on Sunday night, she is going with the Giants over the Bills, and on Monday night, the Chargers over the Dallas Cowboys. Feel good about your picks?
I don't know. Not really. But what am I going to do? But then again, I don't know. I don't really follow football anymore. It's only what my son tells me.
And that's, ladies and gentlemen, why you need to take all your hard-earned cash and bet the way she bets, because she don't care. She got no fucks to give. All right, Wade, goodbye.
Bye.
Right, bye, everybody. Practical Picks, Week 6. I'm Pugs. She's Kelly. Bye, everybody.